In the last class, what we had a discussion how we can check the priority lookup and how we can do the dictionary override for the same thing. So today we will discuss how we can configure email notification. Email notification is nothing but how we can, that means what is the advantage of the notification. So for example, whenever if something is some transaction has done in our account, so what happens, so the system so immediately we will receive a message or something. That means if you withdraw money or if you transfer money to someone, immediately we will receive a notification, so stating that something is happened, some haven't. So if that is we have done, we will ignore it. If that is not done by us, we will contact the customer care. So that means it making a alert to a user. Similarly, here also when come to the our on, whenever this work order has created, so what we have to do is we need to configure a send an email notification stating that your work order has created. So please find the below details or something. So we have to inform the system. Now what we have to do is if you want to configure email notification, what are the first things required? First, if you want to configure email notification, first we need to set up the email, what we can say, we need to set up the email properties first. If you want to do one email properties, first we just go to the emails. So just type on emails. If you want to, you can just go to the email properties. Here, see, there are two types of configurations. If you see here, outbound email and inbound email. Outbound email is nothing but what was the emails which are sending out from the ServiceNow instance. Those we will call it as a outbound email. That means what are the emails? I'm sorry, which you are sending out, that we call as a outbound emails. So now what we have to do is now what we have to, what is inbound is nothing but what are the emails whenever we receiving to the service now is called a inbound email action. So right now inbound email action which we don't require, so we can discuss about it later. Now what we have to do is we have to, sorry, today we have to do it with the outbound email action. First properties, see outbound email sending is enabled. If email sending is enabled, then only the emails will be received to the one. And also, this is the very important. Send all email to this email address, that is for the non-production. So if it is a live, the emails has to send to the actual users. Then there is no issues. But if it is a tester dev, what we have to do, whenever if you are configuring something, so the test what we have to do is it will require so it will not go to the actual users. So to avoid this one, what we will do is we will give a one standard email, so that all the emails will trigger the one. This is a very important property in the production. Whenever if you are enabling email notification, the lower instance dev or test, you have to give some email id, dummy email id or some person email id, so that those emails will go to the, so that those emails will trigger to this email id only. But if you don't know about this property, it will be very problem to the escalation will be gone. So always you try to enable the notifications in the production, sorry, in the lower instances, and also you should give a one email id, it has to trigger it. That is the basic thing how we can configure the same thing here. Now what we have to do is, this is one. Next one, append time zone to and times in sent email. That means what are the time zone and dates and time zone. If you want to add in the email, we can always this enable this one. And next one, create a visible watermark. So create a visible watermark. Watermark is nothing but whenever if we are configuring sending an email from the ServiceNow to out, it has a single email id. Each and every has a single one that we will call it as a what we call this one, what you can say, watermark. So that means whenever if you receive email notification, if you reply the same email, immediately the certain record only will update. How system will recognize? So by using that watermark, system will recognize it. This particular record has to update it. That is a watermark one. So I will show you an example later on this one. So don't worry. Next one, resend email if server returns these SMTP codes. That means whenever if the email is sent, so some emails will not be triggered with these codes like 421, 450, 451, 452. So if these emails is come, so we will not send the, we can resend the email to the system. That is a one thing. And now the next one, what is the one? Do not send resend email if server returns with these codes. That means if server is returns with these codes, you cannot resend the email notification for the system. Like 501, 500, 501, 502, 503, 504, 550, 551, 552, 553, like this one. And also resend emails when server returns unknown SMTP codes. That means if you don't know other than these codes, if any code is come other than this one, so we can the system will asking the system to resend the email notification for the same thing. So that is a one thing. Now the next step what we have to do here, so activity format, that means what are the emails is sent, so you want to specific or something, it will be the same here. Now here what happened, so what are the number of general entries? That means I will show you with an example. Additional comments, work notes, those will called as general entries. So whatever the general entries we have done, so it will be showing to the user, and it will be the so general entries that will be shown to the user. This I will show with an example. Later we can show with an example on this one. So these are the email properties. Whenever if you are configuring a ServiceNow account, so this is a basic thing. Now the next step is, so we need to save this one. Forget about inbound. When the inbound is concept is come, we will discuss the same thing and try to saving. Now this is fine. Next one, whenever, so Now what happened? We have configured the email notification right now. And next one, we need to set up the email accounts. That means if you want to send an email, we need to set up the email accounts. So I'm just going to the email accounts. So for our event from the September onward, the ServiceNow has disabled these email accounts in the system. And yeah, so if you want to disable this ServiceNow, what happened? Email account. So we can configure. There are two types of email accounts we can configure, which is a SMTP. If you want to, you can know this one. New here, POP3 and SMTP. We usually will configure. POP3 is nothing but which is a post office protocol which will be used to receive the email notification in the system. And next one, SMTP. SMTP is nothing but which will be used to configure the email, receive the notification. Simple mail transfer protocol which is used to uh, receive the email notification in the system for the same thing one. So this is the basic thing how we can configure the these are the accounts. So till now anyone has any questions before we go to the next thing? Say yes or no, guys. So very good. Now the next step is what we have to do is how we can configure email notification. So if I'm just go to one just to our work order. Work order. So I'm just going to configure email notification, right click. So here what happened, whenever if a new record is created, we need to send a confirmation email to the whoever in that user field stating that your account has created, so that we can do the different thing. Now what I'm going to here, just right click, configure, just go to here notification. From that notification we can go for the different thing. Right now it was empty, so what we have to go is we have to configure the email notification in the system. So here we can write, so work order confirmed, creation confirmed. So work order creation confirmed, okay, right? And what was the table? So we are belong to which table? So whenever if you configure email notification, we should know it, and which table we need to configure the email notification for the same thing here. So that's the one. And next one, whenever if you're configure notification, there are three things you should know it. The first one is when to send. That means when we are going to configure the email notification. And next one, when to send, and who will receive. Who will receive nothing but which user will receive the email notification. And third one, so what it contains. What it contains is nothing but what is the email body or email subject, or what are the things we need to we want to display it on. That is the basic thing we should know it. So whenever if you're configuring no email notification, so we should know three things. First one is a when to send, and second one is a who will receive, and third one what it contains. What it contains is nothing but what is the email body and what is the email subject, what is the thing we can do for this one. So this is the basic scenario, which will be the we are configuring the C. Now see, send to when inserted or updated or event is fired, triggered. So right now these are two types. So inserted is nothing but whenever the record is inserted or updated, we need to do it. Event fired and triggered, that's a different one. That we can cover in the other classes. Don't worry. Now this is the one. And next one here you can see inserted. Inserted is nothing but whenever the record is inserted, you want to send an email. So whenever updated, we don't want it. So I'm just making inserted. And if you want to, you can write a condition like state is what is the states we have, draft or something we have. That's okay. So if you want to, I'm just making state is draft. We can do the same thing. Now next one, users. So users is nothing but who will receive. Who will receive? If you want to, we can send an email to the two types. First one is the dynamic, and second one is the static. Static is nothing but whatever the emails we are sending to the user. So what are the emails we are sending to the user? Uh, those we can called as a what are the sending users? That's the static users. So we can go to here and we can write what are the emails. So for example, I just want to send an email to Eval tutor for each and every one. This is for our understanding. And if you want any group statically, so we can give any group for here. So this is the one. And next one, what are the users and groups field here? Whenever if you see something, what are the group? Group is nothing but, for example, in this user field, somebody will be already there, this user. So what we don't know which user in this one. So that what happened, we will take this dynamically. So you just go here, users. Here you can just pick it, users group. And if you want any assignment group also, you can pick it. Right now I'm not picking anyone. That you can lock it. This is the dynamic one. If you want to go to the static, we can use the users and the groups. So users field or groups field. If you want to make it as a dynamic, you can use the users or groups in the fields one. So this is the fundamental whenever if you are configuring email notification. The next most important thing is what it contains. What it contains is nothing but, so for example, whenever if you see, if we are purchasing anything in the here Amazon or Flipkart. So what happened, if you are purchasing, once you have done the order, it will store that your order has been created, and something like, right, your order number is XYZ, so and so, something like which we will be same here. Similarly, here also we can configure it. So I'm just making your subject is work order. I want to display the number. What are the work order number? So this work order number is just dynamically it will print. It will not statically. If you want to print a number or print a something in the number, we can use option called dollar and use a brace. And what was the backend name of it, we can write it one. For this one number, this is the thing. So that means number has been created. I'm just writing has been created. So now what happened? We have done the subject. So if you done the subject, that is very good. So we have configured it. And the next one, what we have to configure it is we need to configure the email body. So what is the email body? We need to check it. Now we can see it in the email body. So email body will become like this one, dear something, right, username. So so I'm sorry, one give a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry. So here what we have to do is dear. So what are the name we need to print it? Here we have an option called fields. Select the variables from here. Just pick it. What are the field we need to add it? We can add it right on. So I'm just going here. Dear user. So I just want to. And I don't do. So your work order. Your work order, and again if you want to one, you can use a dollar price number. Your work order number has been created, and below details. So I with the below details, I'm just writing with the below details. So your work order has created with the below details. That's a basic thing. Now what we have to do is, so what are the fields we need to find? For example, I just want to show it as a application. Okay, and next one is a module. Next one is the priority, and next one, so before prior to application, so I just want to add a company. So like this, whatever we have to do we can print here, and here I'm just writing. So the four fields like application, module, priority, and the company we have created. And now uh, the next step, whatever we are doing here, and also whenever if you're receiving some email notification from the different one, we will see some email signature like thanks and regards, global IT support desk. If you have any issues, please reach out to something like, right. We can write a global IT support desk. So we can write thanks. And so if you are, I'm just writing, if you have any queries, please reach out. Please reach us on 1800 iPhone 900 iPhone 2000, or email us on support rate gmail.com. Assume that. So this is the one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this one. So if you click on this preview notification, so we can see what was our email preview. So how it is going on, we can see it one. So this is the one. Now what we are going to do is, and now we'll test it. If you want to test it, I'm just going to create a new record. So from that we'll see it. New. So the company is Acer, and user is Abraham Lincoln. and application is HRSD and module is HR and assignment group I'm not giving. This impact high, medium, this is critical, state is in draft, and these are all the details. So right now what happened, I'm just going to save this one. If I'm going to save this, so what happens, so an email has to send. So if you want to email, where is the email, we need to check it in the email logs for the same thing. So go here, email logs. See, this is the email logs which was sent for us. So what was the, 1 minute, what was the, this is the record. So what is the one we created, HRST, this is the one. So what is the company, so see what is the work order number, double OR 0001005. So here the subject, see your work order has been created, whatever you have configured, that's fine. Next one, here there are two persons that received it. First one is Abraham Lincoln and second was Abel Tutor. Why these two persons is created? So here when who will receive, we have given a statically Abraham Lincoln has to send it. Sorry, Abel Tutor has to send it, and the users in the group we have to send a whoever in the user field. So here in the as per our system, the user field was in the Abraham Lincoln, so it has sent an email to one. So this is the one. And next one, what is the email contains? So if you check the preview, see, dear Abraham Lincoln, your email, your record has been created. The below details, the company and application and module, priority, and whatever we have configured the same thing here. So like that, what we will do this one for the same thing. So which means whenever if the record is something, what happened, if the record is created, so we just send an email to the user. That is the one. And also here you can see REF MSG triple zero, sorry, double zero 399 underscore something it was then. This we will call it as a watermark. So if you want, so that means this watermark is unique for each and every one, which means, so which means the watermark which will be used for the same thing here. So this watermark is unique for each and every email notification. So this is the one how we can check the one. Now the next step here in the same thing, if the state is changed to, there is no pending. Oh my god. So okay, we'll add one more configuration here. So I'm just adding pending. Oh, I'm sorry, we have not selected the table. Okay, I think it has some issue here, so we can directly create from there. So we cannot waste the time. So if I'm going to here, so we can directly add a choice from here also. Configure choices. Then directly we can add from here since nothing here. So we can go for a ending. So where we have to display. Save it. That means the we have added the same thing here. Now what happened? Whenever if you required something, I'm sorry. Whenever the state is on, so I will add one more thing, right? Comments. So I'm just adding one more journal entry, which is a journal entry. So I will add this one. So the journal entry. So I'm just writing the name is comments. I'm just making a journal. So I'm adding a filter with journal, and I'm just going to add this one below here. So now, so what happened whenever if you have configured the instance, sorry, it is going to the what you can say pending, so we need to trigger an email to the user. So now if you want to configure, just go to here, go to the notification. This time this is not the insertion. So work order, I'm just making so details work order. So this is the one I'm just writing who when to send. So whenever if the state is changes to state is sorry changes to pending, so we just make as a update. And who will receive, so this time I'm just making is a Abraham Lincoln. Earlier what happened, we have written a well tutor. So the user in the field, so whoever in that user, we can he can receive the notification. And groups I'm not giving. So and if you the user want to subscribe, you can give the subscription. Right now I'm not giving. What it contains, so the same concept, your work order dollar has been so as required some information. This is a subject. And again, let's go to the dear.
So whatever we are right, we can use the pick that field. So your work order. Earlier, what happened? We just show the number only. If you want to go to the URL of that one, so if you want to see, you can use the option called URI REF. So this is the one of the interview question. The interviewer may ask how we can configure a URL link in the email notification. So how you can say that dollar brace open URI REF will be used to configure the email notification in the system. That is a basic thing how we can configure the here. Now now so URL has been work order has been as required. So now what are the details you required? So if you want to, what are the fields we want it, we can write it. So I'm just adding this comment section. So before the comment, so what I'm going to do is I'm just whatever we required applications and the module. Where is this module and the priority. So this is the comments and write, we can write thanks and regards, the same thing, the signature. Support this. So if you have any questions, if you have any queries, I'm just giving a different email. Let's see. IT help desk. Now let's see. Now if I'm going to change this one, the record change to the one. Now let's go to the work order. So the HRSD, the same record. If I open, so I'm just going to change this to pending, and comments is nothing but just please share the requirement document. Please share the requirement document to us so that we will. So so I'm just going to save this. So now save this and we will see this one. So this is the general entries. Whatever we are seeing, it will be configured here only. It will not be stored in that one. It will temporarily, it will show, it will display in the next one. Now I'm just going to the email logs again. Just try to reload. See, your work order is required some information from you. So here, copy here. See, what is the email subject? Your work order has required some information from you. That is a one thing we can see it. And next one, what we have to check it, we need to check the email sub body. And also before that, see here only one user has sent it. So the able tutor is not sent it. Why able tutor is not sent? Who will receive? Okay, the user. Oh my god. Here see, whoever has to the user Abraham Lincoln and in the user field both are same. So it will configure only one email to trigger it. And next one, what is the email preview? See, dear Abraham Lincoln, which is fine. And your work order, see, earlier it was not a here. So for example, this is the email notification which you have created earlier. So in this one, if you check this preview, it was just showing the number. But if you check here, it will only trigger the email link. Whenever if you are clicking, it will automatically trigger to the consent required for the same thing here. And so what are the general entries you are showing then? Please share the requirement document to us. So what are the one? And the support, what are you are given? And this email notification. So watermark of this email notification will be different for each and every email notification. So you can see it here to show MSG one triple sorry 0000 400 iPhone. It was showing the some different things for it one. That is a basic thing how we can configure by using this one has the same thing here. I hope it clear how we can configure email notification in this one, how we can send an email, how we can configure when required some information, how we can do it. Anyone has any questions till now what we have discussed? Okay, so I'm treating as you guys has understood. And now what we have to do is this is the class for today. Kindly what you can say note on the task for today. Create an email whenever if it is created it should be one and fields at least 5 to 6 fields we have to date. And next one whenever if it is a pending it has to go to the user in the field. And also whenever that's the one whenever the state changes to in progress and it was assigned to somebody, it was going to the assigned to user stating that your incident and work order has been assigned to you. Kindly please check. And the email contains at least 4 to 5 fields in this one you can pick it. And next one when is ready for testing it has to send an email to user. And next one it is ready for email, it has to send an email to Abraham Lincoln. And when it is waiting for production move, so then it will has to send an email to this development lead right no sorry development right. If you can fill this one and it is waiting for production move, then it has to go to the development lead. That is a one task. And when is closed, you can go to the whenever it is closed, it will go to the user stating that your work order has closed it. And if it is a cancelled, your work order has been cancelled. And set add any fields and add different signatures to it. And the link of the one by using dollar $VRIREF. That is a basic thing you have to configure for the one. So this is the task for today. Anyone has any questions about the task and today's topic? Okay, I hope you guys understood, right? That's fine. So anyone has any questions with the previous classes before we wind up? Okay, so I'm treating as you guys are understood. So thank you so much, guys. So if any issues, just let me know. We can wind up meet in the tomorrow at same time. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.